Today in the Joy of Editing, we're taking a look at the low-key filter in Nic 9 Color Efex and how it can help create a darker, moodier, more dramatic look. Hello everyone and welcome to the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. Today we're looking at the low-key filter in Nic 9 Color Efex. This filter is designed to push an image into a darker, more dramatic direction while keeping the important highlights and subject areas alive. I'll show you how the controls work and how to use the effect with a light touch so the image gains mood, depth, and atmosphere without becoming too dark or losing important detail. By the way, links for purchasing Nic Collection 9 or any DxO software are in the description below. Use my discount code DaveKelly to save 15% off new purchases. When you use my code, I make a small commission, which helps support my channel, and I really appreciate it. Well, let's go ahead and get started and check out this low-key filter. I'm starting out here in Photoshop, but you don't have to launch Nic Color Efex from Photoshop. You can also open it from Lightroom Classic, DxO Photolab, or use it as a standalone application. No matter how you launch it, the low-key filter works the same way. Today, we'll use it to create a darker, moodier, more dramatic look. Here we are inside of Nic 9 Color Efex. Let's go to the left side of the interface. Our filters are right here. They're all in alphabetical order. You're going to find the low-key filter right here. Just click the plus, or you could come up and type in low-key in the search bar and find it that way also. So now let's go over to the right side of the interface. And here's our low-key filter. I'll shut it off. This is before, this is after. Up at the top, you're going to find your blend modes right here, an opacity adjustment, and a hamburger menu. If you click this, we have 3 presets for this filter. The default setting is standard low key, and then if you hover over these, this is dynamic low key, and then we have strong low key. I'll start out with the default preset, the standard low key, and we'll make adjustments from here. I want to shut off this filter one more time and just say something about this image. You know, you don't have to start out with an image that was shot under low lighting conditions. You can take any type of image and turn it into a low key image with this filter, which is nice. Let me turn this back on. Now let's make some adjustments. Let's look at the adjustments first. We have glow, standard low key, dynamic low key, saturation, whites, contrast, shadows, highlights, and opacity, the overall opacity of the filter. I'll get back to glow in a second, but let's look at standard low key. What it's going to do is darken up the shadows when you move it to the right, or you could pull it back to the left and the shadows get lighter. So this is where you get the main low key effect right here. So this is usually where I like to start. Let's darken it up a bit, and already it's looking really good. And now let's turn our attention to the glow adjustment. The glow slider controls the amount of brightness or glow that gets added around the darker low-key areas. As you increase it, the image can take on a softer, slightly more luminous look, especially around the edges of objects. I'd use this carefully because too much glow can make the low-key effect feel less natural. And for this image, I think I like it around 62%. And now let's check out the dynamic low-key slider. The dynamic low-key slider darkens the image based on existing tones and colors. It usually darkens lighter areas more than darker areas, helping create a stronger low-key mood without simply making everything darker. And for this image, I'm using a light touch, 9%. And now we come to saturation, and it's just a saturation adjustment. You know, we could take the saturation almost the whole way off. It's 0%. We still see a little bit of saturation, and that looks pretty cool. But let's go ahead and add some saturation in here. And I think maybe right about here looks pretty good for this one. And now we come to the white slider. The white slider controls the brightest tones in the image. In a low-key edit, this is important because it helps keep small highlights and lighter areas alive, so the image doesn't become too flat or muddy. And now we come to the contrast slider. This adjustment is a basic contrast adjustment. We can reduce contrast or increase it. And I find for most images, I do like it up pretty high, a lot of times up at 100%. For this one, maybe I'll just pull it back just a little wee bit, and I may come back to standard low key and just darken this up a little bit more in the shadow areas. Maybe right about there looks really good. And then of course we have shadow protection. You can protect your shadows if they're getting too crushed. Or if your highlights are getting too light, you can protect your highlights. But in this case, I'm going to keep these both off. And then we have the opacity adjustment. If you pull back on this, you'll let some of the original image show through. but for this image, I like it at 100%. Let's shut off this filter. Here's before and here's after, and I really like this result. It's a much more dramatic image, so you got to give this low-key filter a try. And now I'm done here in Color Efex. I'll click Apply to send this back to Photoshop. And here we are back in Photoshop. Here's the before and here's the after. Now let's try it out on this image. I'll go ahead and launch Color Efex. Here we are in Color Efex, and this is a black and white image, and low-key can work really well on a black and white image. Let's try it on this one. I'll come to the left side of the interface, click the plus for low-key, and already I love the direction it's going in here. This is the default setting. Let's click on the hamburger menu. We're on standard low-key. Let's hover over dynamic low key, and let's hover over strong low key. Again, I'm going to start out with standard low key, the default setting, and work from here. Now that you know all about these controls, let's just jump right in and make the adjustments. I'll start out with standard low key. I really like what's happening to the sky, so let's shift this more to the right and really darken up that sky a little bit more. I don't want to go too much here, but I think right about here looks pretty good. Now the lights are a little bit too light, so if I take the dynamic low key and drag this to the right, see how I can tame those light areas down, and right around in here is looking pretty nice. Now, of course, saturation will have no effect because it's a black and white. And now let's work with the whites. Do we want to lighten them up? I don't know, maybe just a little bit. Maybe right about here looks pretty good. Now, contrast. I think I like all that contrast, so we're going to leave this at 100%. And now, let's see if we want to protect the shadows any. Nah, I think they're good. I'm going to leave that off. And as far as highlights, I think I'm good here too. I'm going to come back to dynamic low key and increase this a little bit more just to tame those whites down a little bit. Maybe right there. Now let me shut off this filter. Here's before and here's after. Boy, a big change on this one. I really like it. I'm done here in Color Efex. I'll click apply and we'll send this back to Photoshop. Let me shut off this layer. This is before and this is after. I really love it on this image. And now I have one final example for you. This image here, it's already dark, but I think a low-key look will make it even better. So let's go ahead and launch Color Efex. I'll come to the left side of the interface and click the plus for low key. I'll click the hamburger menu. Let's look at the presets. Right now we're on standard low key. Here's dynamic low key, and here is strong low key. Again, I'll start with standard low key and work from here. I'll start with the standard low key slider. Do we want to make the shadows darker? No, I think I want to make them a little bit lighter. I think I'm going to come back to like 25%. Let's go to dynamic low key. We can darken some of the light areas a little bit with the dynamic low key adjustment. We'll drag this to the right, see them darken up a little bit. And I think right there at 25% is pretty good. Now let's come up to the glow. Right now we're at 50%. Let me take the glow to the left. You can see the areas on the man's face gets a lot lighter, which is way too light for me. So we're going to move this to the right, and I'm going to stop where I think this looks the best. And you know what? I like it right here at 91%. Now for the saturation, I think I want to reduce the saturation just a little wee bit over to right there, 55%. And now let's work on the whites. Do we want to increase the whites to lighten up, say, his face a little bit? And I think I do, just a little wee bit. How about right there, 32%? And I think the contrast is good. Now, as far as shadow protection, now I'm going to leave that off. Highlight protection, I'm going to leave that off as well. I'll shut off the low key filter by clicking the toggle. This is before and this is after, and I really like this. I love the low key look on this portrait image. And now I'm done here in Color Efex. We're going to come down to the bottom right hand side of the interface and click apply. Now that we're back in Photoshop, I'll shut off this layer. This is before and this is after. And I got to tell you, I really like the result we got in Color Efex with a low-key filter. You got to give that low-key filter a try. It's a really good one. And I think a lot of people don't think about using it, but give it a try. It may really turn just an average image into something very special. Well, there it is, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial on the low-key filter in Nic 9 Color Efex. If you enjoyed today's video, please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and if you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. Click the bell notification icon. Click all so that you'll receive all notifications, and then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll get notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. And I will see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.